ceremony formally ending the war in Iraq. And now some in Washington are pointing out that President Obama tried to block the strategy widely credited with bringing about today's conclusion. And also we want to talk about where we go from here in Iraq. Here now is Arizona Republican Senator John McCain, ranking member on the Armed Services Committee. Senator McCain, good morning. Good to see you as always.
Hey,
welcome.
Martha.
Good morning. You know, the president said yesterday at Fort Bragg that he believed that all of the soldiers and Marines who fought in Iraq and who are coming home can leave with their heads held high. The question is, as all of this plays out, can the administration hold their heads high in terms of our relationship with Iraq?
Well, I don't think so. I think several things. I think it's well to point out that the president has never acknowledged that the surge succeeded. He opposed it. He said it would fail even when it was succeeding. He made a campaign promise in 2008, and perhaps one of the reasons why he won the nomination was a pledge to remove all troops from Iraq, and that political goal has been achieved. Unfortunately, in the words of General McCAIN, one of the architects of the surge, he said, "We've won the war and now we are risking losing the peace," because we always felt we needed a residual force to leave behind. As Condoleezza Rice has stated, that we always envisioned that, despite what the administration's spin is, that the Bush administration made an agreement to get all troops out. We always envisioned leaving a residual force. There are still big problems in Iraq, and we haven't got time to go through all of them, but a residual force being left behind of around 20,000 would have ensured, I think, that we had continued the progress that needs to be made. And finally, we're proud of the young men and women who have served, but now we're putting at risk all of that loss of blood and treasure because, I believe, for political reasons.
Now, Jennifer Griffin was on the ground there this morning, and she said she was very surprised to see that there were only a handful of Iraqis who were at that ceremony. She's, alluding to the fact that the relationship was really not nurtured between our administration and the Iraqi administration, and that would be the key to making sure that Iraq felt stable and secure going forward, and that they weren't vulnerable to encroachment by Iran, right?
Well, you're exactly right. There's already increasing influence of the Iranians. There are tensions in between the Kurdish area and the other parts of Iraq. They have no air control of their airspace. They need the technological skills that we could have provided for counterinsurgency. And of course, Maliki has been less than inclusive in his government and has taken some steps that are very disturbing as far as the Sunnis are concerned. So our forces remaining there could have done a lot of things, and a lot of things right. And unfortunately, we are now, as I said, placing all of this at risk. And I would remind you that then Senator, now Vice President Biden, wanted to break up the country into 3 different countries.
Yes,
unfortunately,
that's right.
he may see that aspiration realized.
Yeah, that's exactly true. 2 very quick things, if I could. Vladimir Putin and you have a tweet relationship going on, apparently. Let's put up what he said, what you said, rather. The Arab Spring is coming to a neighborhood near you. You tweeted to Vladimir Putin. He didn't like that too much, and he sent back this message to you. He has the blood of peaceful civilians on his hands, and he can't live without the kind of disgusting, repulsive scenes like the killing of Gaddafi. What is your response to that, Senator?
I think that obviously, Mr. Putin, Vlad, as I love to call him, is a little bit stung. But seriously, it's very clear that these uprisings and demonstrations in Russia have really unsettled him and the oligarchy that controls Russia. Cases like Magnitsky and Khodorkovsky, this is a kleptocracy that's running Russia, and I think that's pretty clear why he reacted in such a strange and vociferous fashion.
Boy, who would have imagined that we could have these discussions via tweet with Vladimir Putin? But boy, you definitely hit a sensitive spot. There's no doubt about that. One last question for you. Big debate, obviously, Fox News debate in Iowa tonight. These polls are shifting by the second. We're about to show people some pretty new, interesting numbers in a moment here. You ran against President Obama last time around. Who do you think can beat him this time?
I think any one of them can, but I also want to say, Martha, in all due respect to Fox, enough with debates. They've now deteriorated into who's going to make a mistake. There's a lot more to campaigning than just debates. You've got to do town hall meetings, you've got to be on the ground, you've got to make speeches, you've got to do a lot of things. A debate takes 3 days of a candidate's time, the day before, the day of, and the day after. And in my view, enough debates.
So you're not picking a winner at this point, it sounds like.
No.
All right, we'll try you next time. Senator McCain, always good to talk to you, sir. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
You tried.
I tried.
Right. It's good effort.
Yeah, he'll announce eventually, right?
Yes, he
but
will. We have 11 more months.